Yeah, man. It's the homie Hood Legend back with some sports talk. Let's get it in. Now, conversations were going around about the NFL. The NFL season is about to kick off. You know what I'm saying? We got the Kansas City Chiefs, which is the back-to-back champions, going for their first three-peat ever in history of the NFL, in the history of the Shield. Who is the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs? Is it the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, with Joe Burrow and, the three receivers that he got out there? They lost Joe Mixon. Is it them? Is it the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers? Is it them? Is it the Buffalo Bills, which they just lost Stephon Diggs with Josh Allen? They lost Gabe Davis. They lost a lot of people over there, the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? But they drafted Coleman from FSU. So we go see how that plays out. Is it them? Is it the Texans with C.J. Stroud? Is it the Jets with Aaron Rodgers? We gonna talk about it, man. We gonna talk. First of all, let's just start with Zay Flowers and the Baltimore Ravens. I don't see them being the biggest threat to the Chiefs of this year because it's only Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, a couple of running backs back there in the backfield, and a solid defense. Do you think that you can compete against the Kansas City Chiefs with just a solid defense? You got to match them with scoring, and your defense has to stop them. The Ravens defense can stop the Chiefs, but can they match them with scoring? We already seen what Zay Flowers did last year in the playoffs. They had a pretty good chance of kind of like beating the Kansas City Chiefs, but Zay Flowers taunted L'Jarius Sneed, and he went down there and was about to score, and he punched the ball out. That is a major loss for the Chiefs, though, L'Jarius Sneed. We're going to see if they can actually plug and play somebody else back there that's actually going to, live up to the standards and the bar that he set for that secondary of the Kansas City Chiefs. But we seen what happened last year with the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs playing the Kansas City Chiefs. They just cannot match them with scoring. Lamar Jackson becomes deer in the headlights, you know what I'm saying, when he's like playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. He don't know what he want to do. He don't know what direction he want to run. He don't know if he want to throw the ball or what. They had a couple of flashy plays that actually, that stood out versus the Kansas City Chiefs last year, but actually going in there and standing the test of time for 4 quarters, I don't see Lamar Jackson actually going out there and doing it. Now, he could prove me wrong. He could. But I don't see him going out there for 4 quarters and actually, standing the test of time and actually battling against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Because, look, let's just keep it real. They have a solid defense out there in Kansas City. Chris Jones, you know what I'm saying? Solid linebackers, solid secondary, minus the L'Jarius Sneed loss. You know what I'm saying? So they still pretty solid. So I just don't see Lamar Jackson doing it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow, they lost Joe Mixon. They lost Mixon. And I know people are saying, oh, well, they beat the Kansas City Chiefs without Mixon. But I don't see that actually. I don't see them competing against the Chiefs and beating them, you know what I'm saying, without a solid run game. You know what I'm saying? You can have a strategy to beat a team one game. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes in the playoffs. That's all it takes. But if you don't see the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs, if they get a bye week and y'all have to play them in the divisional round or the championship round, I don't see the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't, bro. They don't. They have the right firepower on offense, but the defense is kind of lackluster on the back end. And the Kansas City Chiefs drafted the fastest dude in the draft, Xavier Worthy. They drafted the fastest receiver in the draft, let alone getting Hollywood Brown from the Arizona Cardinals. So let's just keep that 100, bruh. I don't actually see, you know what I'm saying, the Cincinnati Bengals going in there and just Joe Burrow dropping back 50 times and throwing the ball all over the field to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see it. And we also know kind of Joe Burrow gets deer in the headlights too when he's under pressure. He was sacked the most times in the league, 2 years ago? He did not have an offensive line. And I'm not saying that's his, you know what I'm saying, the case going into this season, but I don't see him actually going out there dropping back and just beating the Kansas City Chiefs with his arm. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. The defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs is not going to let you just sit back and drop and just pick them apart. Pick them apart. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? So we can throw them out the window. Then you got the Texans. You know what I'm saying? The Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud had a good year. Was that a fluke? Was it? We will see this year. They got Tank Dell. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a pretty solid running back. They have a core of young players, a nucleus of young players out there in Texas. You know what I'm saying? With the Texans. But they have to gel together. They lost to the Baltimore Ravens last year, who couldn't beat the Chiefs. So by saying that the Houston Texans can beat the Chiefs when they couldn't beat the Baltimore Ravens, who couldn't beat the Chiefs, is saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you every season a team improves and they look at their weak spots and they try to go plug and play the people that they need to play. But I don't see the Houston Texans actually going in there beating the Kansas City Chiefs with C.J. Stroud on his sophomore season. You know what I'm saying? It could be a sophomore slump. This could be a sophomore slump for C.J. Stroud. We don't know yet. We don't know. That's why I said, was it a fluke? Was his rookie season a fluke? But we're going to see. You know what I'm saying? Now looking back, you know, Carolina is like kicking themselves in the behind because they know that they drafted the wrong person in Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? C.J. Stroud went out there. He was the second quarterback to come off the board, and he lit it up last year. It was Christmas for this guy. He lit it up like Christmas Eve. I'm going to keep it real. That guy lit it up like Christmas Eve, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but with all that being said, I just don't see him going in there beating the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see it. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the Buffalo Bills. Man, these guys lost more players than a guy losing a girl who won't do him right in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? They just lost a lot of players. Receivers, running backs, safeties. Man, they lost a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I know you can plug and play, but is Josh Allen really that dude? We go see this year. We're going to see this year if Josh Allen is really that dude of who he say he is and if he deserved that big money. You know what I'm saying? We go see. We go see because now it's the Josh Allen prove it year. This is the Josh Allen prove it year. Prove to the fans of Buffalo that you that dude and you can go out here and do it kind of like not by yourself, but you're the PTP player, the top player on the team. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't a bunch of guys that just came together and got the wins. We go see what Josh Allen is going to do. You know what I'm saying? But then you have the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers. Let's have this talk, man. Let's have this talk, Aaron Rodgers. Let's have this talk. Because this is the season that you have to go out there and ball out. You sat out all last year. You was ahead of schedule on your Achilles tear and all this, that, and the third. You was ahead of schedule. Let's really see what Aaron Rodgers is made of. He has the closest shot. Because look at that division that he's in. He's in a division with the Dolphins, with the Bills, the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron Rodgers can come out here and potentially light it up this year. He has a chance to do that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see because it's like he has the receivers, the young receivers. He has a young running back. He has a top-notch defense. Aaron Rodgers, everything is on the plate for you. Only thing you have to do is just eat it. Pause. Only thing you got to do is go put it in the microwave and it's ready. It's ready for you. I don't think the Jets changed a lot about their last season roster. I don't think they changed a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, they're putting Aaron Rodgers back in there and they traded away, you know what I'm saying? They traded away the second quarterback, you know what I'm saying, who ran the team last year. So now they don't have, you know, Aaron Rodgers looking over his shoulder like, oh, I got this young kid that's ready to play and he's ready to come in behind me and he's good. You don't have that, AR. So now it's your time to go out there and if you go put up a fight. Put up a fight. The Kansas City Chiefs, it's your time to put up a fight against these guys because I don't really see nobody beating them. I don't see nobody beating them. I see these dudes doing a three-peat. Back to back to back. Tyreek Hill, ain't you mad you left? Ain't you mad you left? Ain't you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got rid of MVS. You know what I'm saying? MVS is no longer there. They plugged in Hollywood Brown, and we still got Sky Moore and Xavier Worthy, and you know what I'm saying? Like, Rasheed Rice. We like, come on now. But Aaron Rodgers can go out there and actually put up a fight against the Chiefs. They got the defense. They got it. They got it. They ain't weak nowhere on that defense, the front end or the back end. Pause if necessary. You know what I'm saying? So I see them actually going out there having a good year. I see Aaron Rodgers going out there having a good year. But will he kind of like have a great playoff run this year? I don't know. He could. If he get his behind off his shoulders and go out there and play some football instead of going on the world tour. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could. But I don't see none of these teams in the AFC actually competing against the Kansas City Chiefs. I see the Kansas City Chiefs, doing a three-peat. They like Patrick Mahomes is about to do the Michael Jordan in football. He's about to go out there and do the Michael Jordan on the football field. Have you ever heard of anybody doing that? He's about to go out there and do the Michael Jordan on the football field. A three-peat. A three-peat. Come on, man. Guys don't do this. That's why he's not human. That man is part AI. He's half machine. Half man, half machine. Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, I don't see anybody out of the AFC beating them. I really don't see anybody out of the NFC beating them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, seriously. I don't. I really don't. I just don't. But with all that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We about to start talking football over here. We about to start talking sports over here and all that. Subscribe to the channel. We got more where that came from. And we going to be going live. We going to be doing like all types of stuff going on. But till next time, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's the Homie Hood Legend. I'm out.